Man, it is a sad day for Giants fans, anybody that grew up to be a Giant fan, anybody that grew up to be an Eli Manning fan, because Eli Manning, according to ESPN, will be announcing his retirement from professional football on Friday. And what can I say? Let's start with the positives. The positives are he led them to multiple playoff appearances. He had a rough rookie year, but the next 3 years led them to the playoffs. Unfortunately, first couple of times were one and done. I remember there was an awful shutout by the Carolina Panthers at home that broke young Fred's heart back in high school. And then they went on the improbable Super Bowl run of 2007 into early 2008. Just incredible. Some of my fondest memories were watching those Super Bowl runs, particularly the first one. I remember being with my family in the living room, holding our hands, hoping that Lawrence Tynes makes that field goal, hoping that Eli Manning makes that clutch throw, and he did. And I mean, what can I say? I mean, there are going to be people that are going to call Eli Manning overrated. There are going to be people that say he does not belong in the Hall of Fame. But what a crazy career, right? So his first few years in the league, hyped up because he's a Manning. Looked rough rookie year. The next 3 years, I think 4 years actually, led the team to the playoffs. Won the Super Bowl against the 18-0 Patriots, which was just insane. Made it to the playoffs again, but then they were one and done. And then a period of no playoffs. 2011 hits. Unlikely heroes like Victor Cruz emerged. Eli Manning, once again, leads the team to a Super Bowl victory over the Patriots. You can make the strong argument that those two Super Bowl victories are the most memorable Super Bowl victories in NFL history. And then from there just begins a crazy rough patch of the New York Football Giants constantly shooting themselves in the foot. And it's not all Eli. There were certainly years in the early 2010s where he just, it was a little bit of everything. It was the defense. It was the offensive line. It was the lack of a running game. There was a season where I think Eli had more drop balls by receivers than any quarterback. It was ridiculous. But then by 2016, even when they did make the playoffs, the decline was evident. I think Odell Beckham Jr. helped prolong Eli's relevance as a starting quarterback. But unfortunately, the decline happened. And look, he was durable. He never missed the start, other than that one time he was benched for Geno Smith, of all people, which made no sense to me because I think they should have at least tried out Davis Webb, rather than Geno Smith. Obviously he got benched this past season for Daniel Jones, who's looked pretty good and could be the second coming. I think the jury is still out on him. He had a nice rookie season, some flashes of brilliance, but only time will tell. But overall, I think Eli Manning definitely had a Hall of Fame career. I really do. I think the longevity. I think he's at 500 as a starter overall. But he's been the face of one of the biggest franchises in the NFL, an historic franchise. He's led them to multiple playoff appearances, multiple division titles, and of course 2 Super Bowl titles and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And not a lot of people can say that. Now you could say, well, if you take out those 2 Super Bowl runs, he's not a Hall of Famer. And you're right. You take out those 2 runs, he's not a Hall of Famer. But guess what? He's somebody. A guy like Joe Namath. I think we disconnected before, but I was bringing up the point of Joe Namath. Joe Namath, I think, has more interceptions and touchdowns and is in the Hall of Fame. And he's famous for the guarantee and leading the Jets to the Super Bowls and that whole New York boost and everything. So I think, based on the Joe Namath standard, Eli Manning certainly is a Hall of Famer. His durability, the way he's carried himself on the field, off the field, he's been a pillar of positivity for the New York Football Giants, for that whole community. A really funny guy that you don't expect to be funny, kind of like Peyton Manning. You expect him to be all this serious dude, but yeah, he was clutch when it mattered most. He's been a great ambassador for the game, a great ambassador for the Giants, a great teammate. His teammates love him. And he was a phenomenal teammate for Daniel Jones this past season. So all I can say is Eli Manning, nothing but class. Much respect to him. Thank you for all the memories. If this indeed is the end, if he indeed is retiring this Friday, what an incredible career. I look forward to seeing him inducted into the Hall of Fame one day. And I want to hear from all you guys. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Do you think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer? Let me know. Leave a comment below if you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, take care. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more Super Bowl coverage. Eli, thanks for the memories, brother. Also, I'm getting old.